Hello everyone. Thank you for being with us today. This presentation will cover Trinity College London 2020 Acting Grades Syllabus. Through this presentation, we will offer some general information like when the candidates can enter for the exams, who the syllabus is for, and the skills that are developed, what the syllabus has to offer, sample tasks at each level, discussing what the requirements are and the expectations. Some extra information in order to support the teachers and the candidates will also be shared. Launched on 19 September 2020, candidates can be examined for this exam from 1st of September 2020. However, there is no crossover period between the 2020 and the 2010 versions. The aim of syllabus specification is to encourage teachers and young people to take these qualifications as a stepping stone to becoming more confident performers and become creative and articulate individuals. And these specifications are accessible, inclusive, and it has an emphasis on individual personalities, interests, and abilities. The syllabus has clear objectives at every grade, provides candidates with as much opportunity as possible to engage with the authentic performance and rehearsal experiences, provides clear guidance and signpostings to support teachers and students when preparing for the exams. Now, it also includes an initial level exam for solo performers, pairs, and groups, which offers an invaluable learning experience of all grades. These exams assess skills like performance, critical thinking and problem solving, planning and preparation, research and reflection, verbal and non-verbal communication, conversation and discussion, interpersonal and improvisational techniques. The acting exams are designed for the candidates who want to focus on their vocal, physical, and characterization skills in dramatic performance. Candidates perform a variety of dramatic extracts from a range of periods, cultures, and styles, and engage with diverse forms of theatre. We do not prescribe the content. The format of the exams allows candidates and teachers to choose from a wide range of options, focusing on works in which they have a particular interest or that complements their studies. The exam presents candidates with practical, creative tasks that enable them to develop invaluable 21st century skills in confidence, creativity, and communication. The exam requirements are on the same page as the assessment criteria and the attainment descriptors alongside so that the teachers and the candidates are very clear about what the candidate needs to do in the exam, the maximum marks awarded for each task, any considerations that need to be noted for each task, page references for extra guidance on the task, what skills are being assessed, the level of skill needed to achieve the different pass levels. Each of the grades also have a clear assessment criteria and attainment descriptors which provide insights for teachers and candidates on the expectations. And all this has been done for each level. Look at the foundation grades. Grade Initial, Grade 1, 2 and 3. At this level, candidates should give performances that show some variations in pace, pitch and volume, and some ability to physically create character and use the performance space to convey a narrative. They should have some understanding of the material they are performing, some thoughts about the meaning of the text and the characters they are portraying, and they should show awareness of their audience. Candidates should also be able to communicate the meaning and the mood of the work that they present. Take for example, Task 1 from Grade 2. This is performing a monologue. The candidate performs a monologue from memory which they can take from a published play or a book of monologues. They can also adapt the speech from a novel. There are lots of ideas for monologues in our online anthology, and we will talk more about that later in the presentation. The performance should be clear and accurate, and some vocal variation should be evident. The candidate should also be able to embody some physicality appropriate to the character and demonstrate an awareness of the use of space to support their narrative. Now, let us focus on task 2, performing a mime. Mime is an effective way of encouraging students to develop their acting skills in terms of body language, which includes posture, movements, gestures, etc., and for them to gain a greater awareness of its importance as a form of communication. At this level, candidates should be able to create a simple and clear storyline. There should be some communication of thoughts and feelings as well as conveying mood and creating character. In grade 1 and 2, it is a good idea to create a mime from an activity that the candidate has done or keeps doing in his or her own daily life. For example, the candidate might be attending a football match or receiving a parcel, and they should consider what story they are telling. What happens before and after the activity, as well as during the activity, is a very important factor in assessment. Coming to task 3, where the key skill of improvisation is showed, the candidate performs an improvisation arising from one of the pieces they have already performed. And this input will be provided by the examiner. For example, candidates might be asked to present a character from one of their pieces in a different situation, or they might speak to a character from one of their pieces on the telephone. Using the example of a football match, if the candidate was attending the match in their mime, then they might be asked to either mime or perform a short scene portraying one of the players in the match, or they might be Skyping a friend after the match telling them what happened. Examiners will be looking for evidence that the candidate has sufficiently understood their characters and is ready to perform an extension of the same in whichever situation is provided on the spot. They also look for vocal, physical, and some emotional engagement, some confidence, inventiveness, and a sense of being in and staying in the present. Look at the expectations from the intermediate level candidates, grade 4 and grade 5. At intermediate level, candidates should be giving performances that display some expressive vocal and physical skills used in an integrated way to support characterization, narrative, and there should be some choice of interpretation made. The candidates should be able to engage the audience with confidence and deliver a secure, clear, and accurate performance throughout. For example, let us look at grade 5 level task 1 and task 2, which requires a candidate to perform play extracts. The candidate performs 2 contrasting play extracts from memory. In a development from the lower grades, the extracts should contrast in at least one of the following: language style, genre, or period in which the piece was written. This encourages candidates to increase their range in the material they are familiar with and that they can perform. They should consider plays that have been written in different periods and cultures and analyze what makes the material characteristic of its culture, period, or genre. At this level, the candidates' performances should show a variety of expressive and integrated vocal and physical skills, with an effective use of space. There should be some imaginative choices of interpretation made, and the candidate should be engaging the audience with confidence. Task 3 at grade 5 level is a development on the devised mime or speech of the lower grades. At this level, candidates are asked to produce a devised reworking that is based on one of the performances from task 1 or 2. Here, the aim is to encourage candidates to be imaginative and to further their understanding of the performance material through exploring it from different perspectives. So, candidates could perform the scene again in a different setting. For example, they could consider how the scene might be different if the setting switched from indoors to outdoors, or from a large room to a cell. Or the candidate could change the speech so that they are speaking the thoughts of the character at the moment that the speech is being given. Please note that candidates are not expected to use the same words as presented in the original text. This is an exercise in finding a parallel language that fits the world of the new imagined scenario. Task 4 of grade 5 level is an interesting one. In this, the candidate is asked to perform either an improvisation arising from one of their performed pieces with the stimulus being provided by the examiner, or to hot seat in character with the examiner asking questions. This task has a similar aim to task 3, to encourage the candidate to be inventive and to explore their understanding of the material. The difference here being that this encourages the development of candidate skills in responding in the moment. There is detailed guidance on improvisation and devising on our website. At this level, the performances should show a creative response and an ability to embody character and respond in the moment, supported by a detailed understanding of the performance material and characters. Let us now step into the expectations at the advanced levels, grade 6, 7 and 8. At advanced level, candidates should be giving performances that demonstrate the secure integration of a range of vocal and physical skills to convey fully narrative and developed characters. Candidates should be finding the emotional connection to the character and demonstrate performance choices that show evidence of independent interpretation. They should also show an in-depth understanding of the material they are dealing with and of rehearsal and performance processes. For example, task 1, 2 and 3 at grade 7 level. The candidate performs 3 play extracts. The extracts should come from different plays, and in a development from the intermediate grades, the extracts should be written in different periods or be performed from different cultures. This further encourages candidates to increase their performance and the range of their performance in material, and we advocate an exploration of material that is beyond their own culture, in recognition of the rich drama that exists throughout the world. The candidate also has the opportunity here and at grade 8 level to perform an unpublished piece. This provides the opportunity to embrace new works available, or it may be a piece of candidate's own work. One piece can be performed with another performer, which provides the candidate with an opportunity to develop their skills of interactivity, of listening, receiving and reacting. Task 4 of grade 7 level. In this task, the candidate performs an improvisation arising from one of their prepared pieces with the stimulus provided by the examiner. So, as with the intermediate grades, the aim is to encourage candidates to explore their imagination and to further their understanding of the performance material through exploring it from different perspectives. For example, the candidate has performed an excerpt from the restoration comedy The Country Wife, in which Marjorie Pinchwife has been instructed by her husband to write a letter to Hona, who has been trying to seduce her, to tell him to leave her alone. Except Pinchwife can't do it because she really likes Hona. The examiner gives a stimulus, and this might be something like, can we revisit Marjorie and imagine the scene in 2019, not in 1675? So using modern language, can you show me how she might respond to this request by her husband to stop accepting the advances at work. At this level, the performance should show an ability to reach a deeper understanding of the material and to adapt to and work with a given stimulus. Let us now go to grade 8 level, task 4. Grade 8 provides a further development on this task. Here, candidates work with the examiner on a modification of one of their performed pieces from task 1, 2, or 3. This provides an authentic rehearsal style scenario with the candidate working in a collaborative way to approach their performance pieces from a different perspective. To be able to get the most from this experience and to be successful in this task, candidates should ensure that they are secure in their understanding of their performance material, understanding the meaning of the material, the character's purpose, and relationships within the text. For example, if the candidate performed the Jackass monologue, All the World's a Stage from As You Like It, the examiner might give a stimulus saying, Can we revisit Jackass and let's imagine that he isn't in the forest, amusing the Duke's followers, but he's a salesman at conference selling an everlasting life elixir. He has a microphone and has to gather the assembled passerbys to his stall. Now, speaking the exact same words as the original, let's see what happens. Let us now look at feedbacks, marks, and certificates. The acting exams are for solo candidates, pairs, and groups. Solo and pair candidates receive individual feedback and marks and a certificate if they pass. All candidates entered in a group will receive one set of marks and feedback for the group as a whole, and each member of the group receives a certificate. Let us now come to performance certificates. For solo candidates who may not necessarily want a graded qualification but who would welcome the experience offered within this option, there are performance certificates. We have designed these for candidates who prefer to focus solely on preparing and delivering a program of performance work, as a way for candidates to consolidate their performance skills at the end of each level before moving up to the next level. For those candidates who move through the grades quite quickly and therefore the performance certificates act as an extra step before moving up the next level. This is very useful both for the candidates who require extra support in their learning and for those who are able to learn quickly. The Plays in Production exams are designed to allow schools, colleges, and theatre groups to offer an entire production for assessment, and learners taking part in any role, including backstage and technical roles, as part of a production can be included. The examiner watches the production and writes a report on the production as a whole. Teachers can choose between two pathways depending on their style of production. Either Pathway 1 for productions where candidates are involved in backstage or technical support roles or front of the house as well as performing on the stage, or Pathway 2 for productions where the candidates are just performing. Coming to the exam guidance. As mentioned earlier, the layout of the revised syllabus aims to provide clear and supportive guidance for teachers, and back pages of the syllabus specification contains some supporting information for each type of the task within the grades. The website also contains a range of additional material to support teachers and students, including sample texts, tips on acting skills in general, which we hope will help the candidates expand their skills outside of the exams as well. And much more coming soon, including sample exam videos. The website will be updated regularly with new materials. There is also a free online anthology containing a diverse range of examples from poetry, prose, and play extracts. This will offer teachers ideas they can use for exams and insights into requirements to help them select their material. That encompasses the complete syllabus overview of 2020 acting grades. Thank you very much for being with us. This is Soumya.